As you guys can see, I am not at where I stay currently. I am outside. And somebody sent this to me. If anybody from LTA or the public transport operators are watching this, I just want to take this opportunity to again remind you guys that these group of bus enthusiasts, they are radical extremists trying to mess up the Singapore bus network. So if you ever receive any emails from them, please do not entertain them and just throw it in the trash or ignore it. Or just give the standard template reply. And please do not ever hire these people into the bus industry. Because otherwise, the bus network will be screwed. So these ideas are taken from the public domain of their server, basically. I don't care if this is like rage bait or not, but this video would show you just how stubborn these individuals are, especially the leader. It's like they have attitude issues, they have anger management issues, and they cannot take criticism, no matter how constructive it is, especially when it goes against the group's like core ideas. And at this point, some of these are like really repetitive. You guys have seen these horrible ideas before. I'm not gonna repeat them. And at this point, I think I don't even need a laptop screen to talk about this anymore. So I'm not gonna talk about service 5, 8, or their inner town service 212. I've already covered that before. I'm just gonna read out to you. So basically they are saying swap sectors with service 8 east of Kaki Bukit or Changi Business Park truncation, and they want to introduce a new service to cover between Tampines Avenue 1 and Pasir Ris. So what they did to service 21 is basically sector swap with service 8 east of Jalan Eunos, which again, I've already told you guys why it doesn't make sense at all. Because this would just make service 21 duplicate service 129 even more, and therefore decrease the overall demand for service 21. I mean, the resultant one. And these people do not understand the reason why service 9, 19, and 89 are not able to terminate inside or near Changi Airport Cargo Complex. The reason is because of security. Like, it just makes no sense to put a bus terminal there. If you want to give them like extra layover time inside, okay, fine, like a container, like an SBS transit bus driver container so that they could rest, okay, fine, but letting them actually terminate is not realistic. Service 10 is okay. I'm not gonna entertain service 14 and 16 because these guys clearly don't know how to bus plan. The reason why service 15 is not gonna work is because they already have a plan to let 966 extend to GL1 to cover up the loss of, compensate for the loss of 853M. And in fact, it's actually more of like a, how do you say it? It's actually more of like an improvement as opposed to like degradation, because you would have like a direct connectivity between Geylang Lorong 1 and Marine Parade Road, basically the old 853M, right? So you're giving them that connection every day and not just on Sundays only. So that's the reason why 15, even if you send this idea to them, they wouldn't entertain it. And I've already made a lot of videos saying why 23 has to loop at Rochor Canal Road. It's basically for the people along Jalan Besar to cross over to Serangoon Road. And yeah, it's basically for people to access Serangoon Road. Like when you're coming from like Tampines or Bedok North and your destination is Serangoon Road, you could just take 23 past the looping point and alight at Serangoon Road. And if you're coming from Jalan Besar and you need to take service 23 and you don't want to walk all the way to the other side to Serangoon Road because it's quite far, then you would take 23. I've already done videos about that. Truncating service 24 to Eunos would basically mean people coming from Changi Airport do not have a last bus to reach the Circle Line areas and Ang Mo Kio anymore. I don't even have to elaborate on this because it is so stupid. And why do we even want to touch service 27? At 28, these people literally are preaching how inner town bus services are good. And they end up destroying what they praised in the first. They end up destroying service 28 in the first place. I don't even know why they are like reorganizing that sector and completely destroying the purpose of service 28. I've made videos about that before, so yeah. I'm not gonna entertain service 30 because I have made countless videos saying why you shouldn't make service 30 skip stop, especially because of the last bus. Their direct doorstep connectivity. 36 is the same reason as 23. People do take it past the Tomlinson Road loop, and it's for people from Changi Airport to reach their hotel's doorstep, like Delphi Orchard. You know that general area, there are lots of hotels, so you take 36 past Tomlinson Road to get to your hotel doorstep. And you don't have to walk all the way from Orchard Boulevard, so... And 36 to Mount Pleasant just makes no fucking sense at all. 39, there is absolutely nothing wrong with this bus route. It is a bi-directional bus service, and the runtime is definitely less than 2 hours. I haven't checked, but it's definitely less than 2 hours. So why do you even want to truncate 39? I have no fucking idea, and I don't even know what your thought process is. 43 already has 43E. That is already fast during peak hours. I know Airport Road is congestion prone, but that's another story. And there is nothing wrong with 43. It's like 43 is meant for local connectivity. It was never ever meant to skip stops. And then all these people wanted to skip stops. There is nothing wrong with 48. Like, it's a local service. So why are you trying to... What do you mean ECP local? It makes no sense. There is no good way to split 40. There is nothing wrong with 48 as a route, okay? 49 they obviously haven't learned. So in case you people don't understand where they're coming from, it's basically saying that they want 49 to convert into a green and white plate service and eat up service 334 in the process, because these people have a vehement hatred for feeder services and the effects of decongestion along Jalan Ahmad Ibrahim. They are going to make the existing 334 passengers be affected by the congestion at Jalan Ahmad Ibrahim, and their lousy response to that is to paint a yellow line and declare Jalan Ahmad Ibrahim a bus-only lane. And basically, only buses are allowed to use that road, and basically fuck other road users, right? Like all the trailers, trucks, people driving for a living, people trying to deliver stuff, they now have to yield to all the buses. And there are not even a lot of buses there. There's just like 49, 174, service 30, 49, 178, service 30, and how many? And 30, 49, 154, and 178. Sorry, I'm recalling from memory. This just shows their stubbornness, basically. And why do you need a three-way route split when... Oh my god. I've already talked about the purpose of Service 115 and I do not want to repeat it again. And why is 186 even involved in this? I have absolutely no idea. Truncation to UNOS, okay, I can entertain, but what the hell is with like the sector swap between 115, 51 and 186? Like, I already told you why 115 has to call along the residential side of the road, along Hong Kong Avenue 3. Don't want to elaborate on that. I still don't understand why they want to split off 53 and 81. Basically, if 53 doesn't go to airport anymore, they do not have a doorstep access, they do not have a last bus to, like from airport to Lorong Asu, Serangoon, and Bishan anymore. So congratulations, these guys just screwed your last bus altogether. You take a look at 59. 59's runtime is actually 85 minutes according to Land Transport Guru. It's not even like 120 minutes, which is 2 hours. 85 minutes and these people already want to screw things up. If you guys know, Changi Village is served by currently service 229, which loops there, 59 and 109. And apparently on top, they actually have like some sort of plan to, I don't even know what the fuck they're trying to do. It's like, swap sectors east of Tanah Merah and service to Rabbit bus service. And the thing is that like, it's not even trying to solve 59. What this essentially means is that you guys will no longer have a direct connectivity between Kaki Bukit, Avenue 1. Okay, I'm just gonna say Jalan Eunos Link, Kaki Bukit Avenue 1, Bedok Reservoir Road, Tampines Avenue 1, that massive hub spoke bus stop. That is just outside Tampines Street 92. Basically, Tampines Avenue 1 and Tampines Avenue 2, all of these areas would lose the direct connectivity to Changi Village, which isn't even like a far distance. The distance-wise, it's not even far in the first place. So I don't get why they want to truncate 59 when it doesn't even make sense from a network's perspective. I've already talked about how 61 needs to serve Commonwealth Drive to Harbourfront, and how 100 has to serve Commonwealth MRT. 61 serves inside, 100 serves outside. And they give absolutely no compensation to either inside or outside. They just want to truncate service 61 to Commonwealth, loop at Commonwealth Drive for no reason. But yet, they are the same people who claim that. But yet, they are the exact same group of people that claim they despise long distance loop bus services. Yet they made 61 a loop. Again, 61, 100, I've already mentioned, one outside, one inside. You cannot break both of them, or even one of them. You have to keep both. 62 terminating is fine. 63 used to go to Bukit Merah, so okay, fine. I'm not going to talk too much about it. I'm not going to talk about 64 either, because I've already told people about why 64 it's hard to make that thing bidirectional because of the road configuration inside Mei Ling Street. Sterling and inside Sterling and Mei Ling Street, it's like the road configuration just doesn't allow bidirectional services. Why are you trying to touch 65? There is absolutely nothing wrong with 65. And 65, the last eastbound bus from Orchard, from Little India is super important. Especially after the last train of Downtown Line departs. You need a last bus from Lucky Plaza and Little India area, Farrer Park area to reach the east of Singapore. So you cannot touch 65 at all. Same thing why you cannot touch 67. 67 serves all the intermediate stops between the DTL stations. So you cannot make it skip stop and you cannot split it. Because 67 and 65, they are meant to be long-distance local bus services. You let it skip stops or you truncate it, you're going to screw over people's last bus and doorstep connectivity. Do not, and I mean do not touch 70M or 107M. If you want to make it somehow terminate Marina Center, okay, fine, I can entertain that, but do not touch them otherwise. Do not touch 74 as well. I have no idea what they're trying to do with 78 and 79, but there is absolutely nothing wrong with these two. If they just want to make them bidirectional, okay, I can entertain it, but that's pretty much it. Do not touch service 80 and do not touch service 88. I've already made videos on why service 88 cannot be rationalized. Even though on paper it could, realistically speaking, you should not rationalize it, and you should just keep it as a full single-decker fleet in the future when Crossline Line opens, in case the demand actually reduces. 98 is okay. I don't want to know what they did with 98M. 102 being bidirectional. Okay, if you just want to make these 98 and 102 terminate, it's fine. Once again, do not touch 105 and 123. And do not touch 110. And please do not touch 143. You are going to screw over people's last bus. 143 is meant to be local. And do not touch 145 as well. If you split 147, you can kiss the service's demand goodbye. 147 has insanely high loading for such a long distance service and for such a service that duplicates NEL, but intentionally duplicates NEL in this case. You try to split it, you are going to absolutely destroy the service purpose and the direct connectivity, which benefits a lot of people, a lot of elderly living in Bukit Merah and stuff like that. Once again, stop truncating 154. Just leave it alone. 158 is okay. Making 160 and 170 skip stops completely defeats the purpose of them. People would just rather take CW instead of like 160 and 170. They have to be all stop. Like, if you miss your last buses and you happen to be at like Kranji, Senja area, Bukit Panjang, Upper Bukit Timah, Beauty World, and you need a last bus, 170 is here to save you. Because it's local all-stop doorstep. Once all the last buses have departed, you still have a 170 and you still have a 160. So please. Okay, actually 160 ends earlier, but 160 has to be all stops. If you don't make it all stops, 180 would suffer. Because at the very least, 160 is there to tank the demand whenever it appears. I know 160 doesn't have the best frequencies in the world, but having 160 cover all stops is better than not having 1660 in the first place. The issue with splitting 166 is that you are going to screw over the last bus timings. Fragment 1 and Fragment 2, now your Fragment 2 has to extend the last bus in order to connect to the last bus of Fragment 1. So essentially, you're making things worse. 167 needs doorstep all-stop demand. That is why Upper Thomson Road people even complain in the first place. 167 needs to call all stops. Otherwise, there is no point running such a bus service. You guys know how 167 failed, right? I mean, you guys know how 167E failed, right? This is why 167 has to be local all stops. Do not touch 174. Do not touch 183. Do not touch 195. If you somehow want to, like mess up 167 and if you somehow want to mess up 196 and 197, okay, I'm open to it, but I'm just saying, you would have to answer to the people that will be screwed because you screwed over their last bus. When it comes to 196, 197's last bus actually ends quite late, and that's the reason why it has to be local all stop. Kind of the same thing for 196 for Dover Road residents. They need the local all stop connectivity. They need it to buy time. Once again, 502 should not be converted to a skip stop bus service. 518, these people, after I criticized them a lot, tried to send 518 to Shenton Way. Then okay, I'm like, Bayfront to like Bedok North, Tampines and Pasir Ris, you will need some form of compensation because they just lost their fast link, which is like faster than DTL. You would either need to make 513 full day or 661 full day, or somehow consolidate it with 518A, which again wastes resources. Why not just keep 518 as it is, you idiots? And I've talked about 851, I've talked about 851's demographics, elderly and hospital. That's the reason why 851 cannot skip stops, you fucking idiots. 853M, do not entertain these people. Just keep 13, 134, and 853, and 107. Do not touch them. Just leave it as it is. What the hell is 850? 857 has to be local all stops, you dumbasses. Just observe the demand. I'm not gonna entertain 858 because these people are clearly stupid. And that's pretty much it. I mean, if anything, it just proves their stubbornness. Again, I'm only doing this because somebody told me to provide receipts of whatever they actually said, right? So yeah. And again, this just proves that I don't need a laptop screen to disprove them. Yeah, you're gonna have to answer to all of those passengers if you want to split 166.